YouTube family, what up, what up, what up? Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. So I wasn't going to upload this video, but I thought that it was extremely important that I do so and as quickly as possible. So I got about 30 minutes and then I got to run, okay? So for those of you who sign up for the software, all right, or who already has the software way back then, all right, if you don't know which one I'm talking about, it's kingdata.ai, okay? Also known as Deals for Me Now. All they did is they changed the name. So I just got an email update today that everyone that actually has the software or took advantage and signed up early, your skip tracing is now unlimited for free. Free for you because your boy King Kong is paying for it. So I just want to let you guys know, for those of you who trust in me and you're patient, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your loyalty and you took advantage of it. But now when you go back in, the skip tracing is completely free and it's being paid by your boy King Kong. So all you need to do is go back into the software once again, all right? As long as you have the software, that unlimited skip tracing will be paid by me. So it is going to be free for you. Before that, you would have to pay about 10 cents per skip. So to skip trace 2,000 address, dude, that would have cost you around $200. And now that is $200 back into your pocket that you can spend on direct mail, sending letters, sending postcard, doing other, right, leads, okay, marketing that can generate you leads. Look at this. The software with the skip tracing is a game changer. Thank you, King Kong. You're welcome. This is probably one of the best offer that I have ever done for my community. I've been at this for about 6.5 years, almost 7 years. And because of all the love and all the support, I thought that this is the only way that I can give back, all right, is taking care of your skip tracing. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, and you're like, Kong, am I late? Can I still get in the skip tracing, the software? Yes, there is a couple spot available. Once again, it's first come, first serve, all right? And how do you know if you're going to make it in the cut? Is when you go and check out, if there's no red banners, that pops up and said, hey, spots already been taken or it's already been sold out, which means there is spots still available. So lock in and let's go get this money. Now, let me share with you exactly what this software is about. For those of you who's new, who don't know how powerful this software is, okay, and which is a better plan for you to go with, the basic plan or the pro plan. I'll tell you exactly the move that I will make. So check this out. So I'm going to share my screen with you really quick here. Okay. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen. Now I want you to comment in your city and your state. So let me review okay. So here's what it looks like. Okay. Once you sign in, you go all the way to the bottom. Okay. It has two different plans. I'll tell you the different and which one you should go. It got the basic plan and the pro plan. The basic plan is for those of you who's starting out. If you're starting out and you're new, and you don't have a large budget, I would highly recommend that go with the basic plan because you can always upgrade or downgrade if you need it. Now, if you pay month by month, it's $149. But once again, imagine if you skip trace 2,000 people and you have to go to another skip tracing software, you would have to pay over $200. But now it's being paid for as long as you have the software. So honestly, it's almost like that you're getting the software completely for free. Okay. Now that's monthly. If you decided, hey, Kong, I want to pay for the whole entire year, you would have saved about $600. So your monthly payment would have only been $99, but you have to pay it in full upfront. So it would have cost you, I think, a little bit over $1,000. So which means you won't have to pay for it again until 2026. So now that you get that back off your back, the whole entire year is being taken care of. And once again, how much will it cost you to skip trace 25,000 leads? It would have cost you about $2,500. But now it is completely being paid for and it's free. Okay, and here's the pro plan. The pro plan, if you do a month to month, it would have cost you $249. If you pay for the whole entire year, then obviously it's a 30% or something like that saving. So instead of $249, it's only come out to about $199 a month, okay? Once again, you can always upgrade, you can always downgrade. If you have any question, there's their support contact right there, okay? They're quick. The next thing I want to go over is with the Pro plan, you get up to 60,000 leads. If you were to go into any software and pull 60,000 leads and skip trace, it would have cost you right around, I think, $600. Am I right? No, $6,000. It would have cost you $6,000 to skip trace. But guess what, my friend? This right here, I don't care if you sign up for the basic or the Pro plan, your skip tracing will be taken care of, and I'll pay for it. So that $6,000 that would have cost you, you're not going to spend that into, marketing, direct mail, postcard, whatever other marketing channel you want to do. With the Pro plan, you get 17,000 leads, different lead types. The basic, you only get 8. Okay? So with the Pro plan, you can also list stack. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so now let's get out of that. And then let me show you really quickly how powerful, like this is the only software that we're currently using right now, all right, to generate all of our leads. Okay, to generate all of our leads. Brian said it is free now. Brian, you're welcome. Yes, man, you're welcome. So I don't want you guys to take advantage of the opportunity, but only skip trace what you need. Don't think that because I pay for it and you're going to go in there and you'll be like, dude, I don't need 25,000, but what the heck? I'm just going to skip trace all of them because can't pay for it. Dude, it's coming out of my bank and it hurts. All right. So skip trace what you need. And obviously I don't want to hold you back. If you need to skip trace 25,000, then obviously you got to do what you got to do. Okay. I mean, when I decided to make that move and to put this out there, I already know what's going to come with it. Okay. So I'm not crying or I'm not whining, but I'm just, at least say something. So here we go. Comment in your city and your states, and I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to share the screen again. Hold on a second. Okay. So comment in your city, your states. All you need to do is literally, guys, this is how you can make $20,000 to $25,000 a month just wholesaling off from home. You don't need a license. All you need is a laptop, a phone, and internet. And sign up for this software. I mean, who here is willing to risk $149 investment to make $25,000 a month? Who here is willing to risk that? I mean, listen, no risk, no reward. Scare money ain't gonna make you any money. And it is an investment into yourself and into your business. Anywhere else would have cost you way more. When I first started, it would have cost me over $1,000 to get all these software that I needed, all right, to wholesale. But now you can do it just with this one software. Let me show you. So comment your city, your states. Okay. Portland, Oregon. Check this out. So Portland, Oregon. So all I need to do is, let me go back. Okay. So all you need to do is click on property leads. I am literally walking you through right now, step by step, exactly the move you need to make today. A lot of you be like, well, I don't know what list to target, man. I don't have anything to call, right? That's your problem is you don't have enough leads coming into your pipeline. That's what you need. You need leads coming into your pipeline. You need people to call. But before that, it would have cost you money to skip trace. But now I got you, okay? So Portland, Oregon. Let's go with Portland, Oregon. So all you need to do is Portland, okay, Oregon. So now we're going to go Portland, Oregon. So if you sign up for the basic plan, I would target tax delinquents. These are people that owes property tax. And if they don't pay, guess what, my friend? The city or the county is going to come after and take their property away. Just like if you don't pay your mortgage, same thing. So there's a lot of high distress, motivated seller in here. Okay. This is a great list if you're a beginner to start out and target. So there's 6,216 people, man, in Portland, Oregon, that's in tax delinquents. Okay. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to go here. Okay. And we're going to filter right here, man. Click on filter because we need to remove others. We're going to remove apartment. We're going to remove condos. We're going to remove townhouse. We just want single family and multifamily. From 6,000, it comes down to 5,500 people. Okay. I think this is a good size amount of list to target since your skip tracing will be paid by me and you don't have to worry about it. I think you can skip trace 5,500 people. All you need to do is hit on lead trace. Now, let's just say if you want to narrow down the list, all you need to do is go in here and add in what's called an AI score. The AI score, basically what they do is they take This software took 40 years of data using AI. They analyze and they'll tell you who's likely to sell, who's likely to get in a financial situation, pre-foreclosure, tax delinquents, right? Default, in the next 90 days. So if I go in here, they rank it from 0 to 1,000. 1,000 means, dude, the higher you go, the more motivation. The higher the number, right? The more motivation there is. But the higher you go, the smaller the list will get. Okay, so if I put in here an average of 500 wholesale score, here's what you're gonna get. We took that list from 5,500 people down to only 1,537 people. So if you feel like, man, if I call 5,500 people, that's a lot. But now we're gonna narrow it down, okay, to a AI score of 500, which means there's more motivation in them versus the 55. We're going to narrow it down to 1,500, and all you need to do is right here, hit on lead trace. So we're going to skip trace it. It would have cost you 10 cents. You want to save the contact info. Very important. Just accept the term and the condition. It would have cost you $134 to skip trace 1,000 and something people. But guess what, my friend? Starting today, for those of you who take advantage of this opportunity, once again, first come, first serve, limited amount of people. And if there's people who cancel, then obviously the spot becomes available. That's why I said when you go to check out, and if you don't see the red banners that pops up, it means that there's still a spot available, and secure it. So I would go there and I would skip trace, man. And then the next thing you're going to do, my friend, all you're going to do is you're just going to call all these homeowners up, okay? Call them up and start making your low ball cash offer. Out of that 1,500 people, let's just say 95%, 97% will say no. But who cares? All you need, my friend, is one yes. I want you guys to remember this. All it takes is one deal to change your life. Because you have the knowledge, you have the experience, okay? You will know what to do, so you become a money printing machine. If you do it once, you can do it again. It's just rinse and repeat. Same concept. It's not rocket science. Okay. Now, let's just say that you call the seller up and you got the prop in the contract. You'd be like, well, Kong, now how do I sell my deal? Dude, I am giving it to you all. Check this out. So all you need to do is now you got the deal under contract. You want to lock it up for 30 to 60 days, right? You got the prop in the contract. Here's how you're going to go and sell your deal, my friend. You're just going to go, once again, you go on property leads. Okay. And then we're going to put in Portland, Oregon again. Portland. I'm giving you guys the exact game that you need to do today. And once again, it takes consistency. It's not going to happen, after you call 3 people. Most people I ask, I'll be like, well, Kong, they're like, Kong, wholesaling doesn't work. And I always ask them this. Number one, how long have you tried? How long have you done it? Most will be like, well, Kong, I've been doing for I've been doing for like 30 to 60 days. The next question I'm going to ask them is, how many people have you talked to? Dude, and I can almost guarantee you, you know what they say? 10 people, 100 people, max. Dude, you can't expect to get a deal just by calling 100 phone number, my friend. This is not a get rich quick. If that was the case, right? Dude, everybody would just call 100 people. But it takes commitment, and you got to be relentless. Okay? It takes a lot of phone call to get one deal. But I don't know about you. It's better working 8 hours a day for somebody else, in my opinion. Right now, dude, it's freezing outside. I would rather be at home, get on the phone, make some calls, get bitch at, get yell at, get scream at. But one person accept, I know I can make $25,000 from that deal. Rather than being out in the cold right now, man. Some jobs, dude, are just, some jobs I'll be like, oh my gosh, I wish these people know about wholesaling. I truly do. I wish they knew about wholesaling. Because if they knew, they wouldn't do what they do. At least they do that for as like temporary, right? But they wouldn't do it for life. They wouldn't do it for 5 to 10 years. Because this, dude, it's not about how hard you work, but it's what you do for work that will make you rich. Think about it. I want you guys to really, really think about it. Do you think the boss is out there grinding, hustling, hammering stuff? No. The boss, dude, is at the office making calls, making deals, making transactions. making connections. They're not out there, man. They're not out in the field all day long, dude. They're planning, they're analyzing, and they're executing. Okay? I have never met a boss that makes less than an employee. Have you? So you either choose to be the boss or do work for a boss. But I've never met a boss that makes less than the employee. And work, when I say hard, I mean like, listen, the boss works hard. Nobody works harder than the boss. But the boss works mentally hard. They don't work physically hard. So if you rather work physically hard, then go be a labor worker. But if you rather work smart, my friend, then dude, you got to think like a boss. And the boss do not think like, oh, I need to work harder. No, they always like, dude, I got to work smarter. I got to get systems. I got to get employee. I got to hire more people, right? They knew that working harder is not going to get them rich. It's leveraging and working smarter is how they get rich. So once again, once you get the property under contract, I'm talking really fast because I'm running out of time. Colin, what is the website again? Ruben, it is kingdata.ai, man. KINGDADATA.ai, man. So Ruben, hopefully you can make the cut, all right? There are a few spots left that I will be paying for skip tracing. So right here, once you get the property under contract, boom, click on cash buyer, my friend. And check this out, dude. So currently right now, dude, there's 44,000 people cash buyer in Portland, Oregon. Okay, 44,000. But not just that, now you're not going to be able to call all 44,000. So what you're going to do is once you have that property address, all you need to do is punch in the property address, right? Punch in the property address right here. And then click cash buyer, just like I did. Click cash buyer. And it will show you all the cash buyer within that half mile or a mile radius of that property that you just got under contract. Typically, it comes down to about, a few hundred cash buyers is good enough. You don't need thousands of cash buyers. You just need a good 10 to 20 solid cash buyer, and they will buy your deals all day long. Okay, so it's not about the size of the list, but it's the quality of the buyers. And before that, when I try to go virtually wholesale in different states, guess what I have to do? I have to build my cash buyer list all over again. And I was like, man, this is exhausting. Wishing that there was a software or something where I can just go in there and boom, one click of a button, here's all your cash buyer. And then all you need to do, same thing, skip trace those address, call these buyer up and say, hey, I saw you just bought a property, not too long ago, because it'll show you, not too long ago. Hey, I got another house here. Not sure if you would be interested. It's worth $200,000, but you can buy for let's just say 105. Dude, all day long, baby. And that, my friend, is how you get your cash buyer and get your deal sold. Another thing that you can do with this property, you can also list your property on here, okay? So you go here, post my deals, man. Post my wholesale deal on here, okay? Post my wholesale deal on there, okay? Once again, all you need to do is hover here. Hold on a second. Go properties. Okay. And all you need to do is click on post my deals, man. Post my deals on here. Dashboard. Okay. And then guess what? Guess what, my friend? There will be over 200,000 cash buyers that's on that software. So it's like you posting your deals on Facebook Marketplace, but Facebook Marketplace, basically there are a lot of tire kickers, but there's also really solid buyers. But think about this as another Facebook Marketplace that you can post to over 200,000 cash buyer. And that, my friend, is how you get your deal sold. Okay. And with the software, same thing. For those of you, if you got money, you can send out direct mail. Okay, you can start your website. You can build your website right directly from the software. It's truly a one-stop shop. Okay, and they are also working on integrating the dialer. So soon you'll have a dialer that you can call directly from that software as well. Okay. Brian said, "How do I find a title company?" Brian, let me give it all to you, man. So there's a title company called I think it's Clothesline Sediment. CLOSE Sediment, And they closed, dude, almost nationwide. And they closed virtually. Been working with them for years. They almost worked on almost 50 states. Almost. They just continued to build and obviously take over all 50 states. But there you go. We got about 10 more minutes. What's going on here? Okay. So let's just say that you go in, you be like, hey, Kong, I pulled the list of tax delinquents already. What other list can I pull? Dude, name me your city and your state. I think someone just put in Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Let's just take Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, shit. Let's take Atlanta, Georgia, okay? So the next list I want you to target, besides tax delinquents, is absentee owner. Dude, they don't live in the property. There's no settlement attachment to it. There could be a tire landlord. And dude, there's Atlanta, Georgia, 71,000 absentee owner. What we're going to do, same thing. You're going to go to filter. We're going to filter it out because there's too much. Take away other, take away apartment, take away townhouse, take away condo. Boom. From 71,000, we're down to, come on, let's go. Come on, sis. We're down to 37,000. Still too much, right? We're going to take it and we're going to add in our AI score. Bam. Let's take it down a little bit more. Now we're down to 30,000 people. Still a lot. What we're going to do is we're going to increase it to like 600. No, now we only have 17 people. So you guys can see that this AI score, right? It really used AI to dictate who's going to be in financial default. So they're assuming that out of that 71,000 people, 17 of them, it might get into pre-foreclosure, tax default, all right, divorce in the next 90 days. So imagine if you get to know who's going to be in this situation 90 days before it even happens. And this is how you have the upper hand than your competitor, my friend, by using AI. If you're not up into AI, man, dude, I'm telling you, AI is taking over the world. All right. So, but it's too little of a list. So we're gonna go 550 as an AI score. Once again, the higher the score, it means that more desperation. So now we got about 6,500 people to target. Great list to target. If you want to go down here, okay, if you want to add in more things, right, to like really narrow in your niche or your list, you can go down here and you can add in, hey, years of ownerships, you know, all kinds of stuff. Okay, but we're gonna take this list. I think it's a good size list, man. Out of the 6,500 people, there's no way one person would not accept your lowball offer, my friend. We're gonna go once again. We're gonna go skip trace. Okay, accept the term and condition. Bam, and just call. It would have cost you. I want you guys to understand like how big this opportunity that I'm giving to all of you. Okay, it would have cost you $634 to skip trace this whole entire list. But guess what? For those of you who took advantage of this and signed up for the software because you're like, Kong, dude, I'm ready to rock and roll. This $600, it is now being paid by me. It is completely free on your end. For a limited amount of people, the skip tracing is completely free and it's active right now. Okay? That's it. And then we're going to do, it's, you guys, it's just rinse and repeat. Right? Wholesaling is not rocket science. Most of you think that, oh man, I got to come up with something, some new strategy. No. Honestly, there's no new strategy. Right? I think most people that trying to teach you all these new strategies, clickbait. Cold calling and text blast has always worked. And I believe that it will continue to work. It is the quickest and the fastest way and the cheapest way for you to get in front of a seller. If you want to send direct mail work. But it would have cost you $1 per letter, 50 cents per postcard. So to send out 1,000 postcards would have cost you $500. But it takes time. It will take like a week or two for that postcard to actually get printed, sent out, and hit the homeowner. And when you're dealing with postcard, it doesn't just work right off the bat. Dude, you got to do it for months until you actually see results. So for those that, for people who's like, come up with all kinds of, clickbait, catchy things about wholesaling, I'm telling you, all you do is you're just chasing after these new things. But when it comes down to the grind and the dirty, dude, it's just skip trace, find a good list, off-market deals, skip trace the darn list, pay on the phone, and then just start making calls and being consistent with it, or sending them a text message. That's it. And if you're consistent, and when you get on the phone, that's the next important thing, is when you get on the phone. And if you're good, man, I mean, you're good, right? You're good at communicating. You know what to say. You know how to overcome their objections, and you know how to negotiate. Game over. That's all it takes to wholesale, my friend. You don't need a big team. You don't need a team. I truly believe that you can do this as a solopreneur, man. One man, one machine, and you can make $25,000 a month. Because that's one deal. That's all it takes, my friend. One deal a month. Who here would be like, calm, if I can close one deal a month and make $25,000 per month, dude, I'm good. Dude, if you can make $300,000 a month being your own boss, working from home, making $300,000, dude, I don't care if you're in New York. I don't care what state you're in. Dude, I think $300,000 is a good amount for you to live a decent life, a good life. Not like a great life, but pretty good, man. That's $25,000 a month, dude. If you spend, even if you spend half of that, you still get to save $12,000. Even if you spend $15,000, man. Okay? You still save $10,000. If you're able to save, if you make $25,000 a month from wholesaling, and if you can save $10,000 a month within 1 year, you would have $110,000 that you can now start. Hey, maybe you can think about buying rental properties. Trying to build up your asset. But first, I need you to focus on your active income. Majority of you're trying to bypass the active because you don't want to work. You want to focus on the passive. And that's how you won't get rich, my friend. That's how you lose. Okay? So I need you to focus on your active income before you even think about your passive. Because passive is a 10 to 20 year game plan. So unless you want to be stuck at that J-O to B for the next 10 to 20 years, then play the passive game. But if you want to get rich now, I don't know about you, man. I'd rather make $25K now than $25,000 in the next 20 years. Just in case those of you who don't know, I've been in the real estate game for 12 years, started from the bottom. No connections, no relationships, have no knowledge, no degrees, high school dropout. I knew nothing about construction. I remember my mentor asked me, hey, Kong, do you know what a 3-bedroom, 2-bath selling for in your market? I don't. I have no clue. All I did was just work. Right? So I knew nothing. So if I can do this, you can too. But it takes work and it takes commitment. This is not a walk in the park. This is not for those of you who be like, oh man, I'm gonna be a millionaire in 1 year wholesaling. It's not for you. Like that the chance of that happening, dude, extremely rare. And I want to be completely real with you. I don't want to pop your bubble, man, but I'm extremely real with you. Now, within a year, can you make $100,000 to $300,000 from wholesaling? Absolutely. And what is the chance of that happening? Dude, I would say 80%. Because check this out. Imagine if one wholesale deal, let's just say you make $25,000 from one deal. Even if you close one wholesale deal every 3 months, and I'm talking about just working part-time, maybe you just want to put in 1 or 2 hours a day. Even if you close one deal every 3 months and all of a sudden you make $25,000, dude, that's $100,000 a year that you can add to your income. Side hustle. Maybe for some of you just want to work on the weekend. Dude, how cool it is just to add an extra $100,000 to what you make. and you're just doing this on the side. You know, maybe it could be your little side hobby. Okay? But wholesaling all it takes is one deal to change your life. But once again, it takes work. Okay? And this is the problem with most of you. Once again, I want to talk about the whole passive income. Majority of you got baby money and you don't want to work and you want to take that baby money and make millions. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. I own over 14 rentals. And after 7 years, my rental finally paid me about $10,000 a month. But I've been paying down my rental. And that's how you increase your cash flow, my friend. Your rental either needs to be paid off or you need to owe very little money for it to cash flow. All these guys and gal out there that's trying to leverage the heck out of their rentals, I'm telling you, their cash flow is being squeezed, man. So which means they probably make, let's just say about $250 per rental, right? Per unit, let's just say per door. So if they have a duplex, they probably make about $500 a month. Okay? How many of those do you have to own to get to the point where you can make 10 to 20, 30, 40,000 a month? And guess what? Let me tell you something that most investors don't tell you. Right now, one of my rental is a 6 units. One of the units, dude, has a leak. And they just found out that, dude, the whole subfloor is damaged. Guess how much that's going to cost me? It's probably going to cost me around $15,000 to replace and put in a new kitchen, replace all the run. So the cash flow that I thought that I was going to make for that whole entire year, gone. Gone. You see, no investor tells you this because all they're doing, dude, is they are basically everyone has a motive, right? I want you to wholesale, all right? Because I've done all three. I start out as fix and flip. Worst business to get into. Fix and flip, the worst. The most riskiest, the most dangerous, and the most headaches. I've done it for 4.5 years, almost lost everything. Especially for new investor. Dude, you're going to lose all your money. Especially if you're new. Don't get into the fix and flip. I've done it for 4.5 years. I've been a landlord for a long time. And I realized, dude, all these people talk about passive income. I knew very, very quickly it's not how it works. It's not how it works. My rental, dude, is basically for a tax write-off. Because I would have to pay Uncle Sam 40% of what I make. But instead, I start buying these rental and I just, it helps with my taxes. It helps reduce my tax. I still pay a lot of money to Uncle Sam, but by buying rental property, it offsets my taxes, so I pay less. So instead of, let's just say, paying Uncle G $400,000, I get to save, let's just say, $200,000, and I only pay $200,000, and then that $200,000 is now parked in my investment property. That over the next 10 to 15 years, hopefully it'll double in price. And majority of time, your real estate will double in price every, let's just say, 15 years or so. But as you can see, it's a long-term play. And this whole entire time, dude, if there's maintenance that comes up on your property, dude, it's sucking money out of your pocket. So I want you guys to understand the game. Unless you've been in all three of them, you don't know. You really don't understand. And I'm here to tell you, because I've been in all three, I'm telling you, dude, focus on wholesaling, right? Get your income up and keep your life simple. All these guys that trying to get into the fix and flip and they're showing you how fun it is, let them have the fun. Dude, I'm telling you, there's nothing fun about babysitting contractor, dealing with all the bullshit, dealing with the city, getting the permit. And typically, dude, on the fix and flip, it takes you at least 3 to 6 months to get your money back. And within those 3 to 6 months, man, if the economy change, guess what? Dude. And if the economy change, you better have an exit strategy. Your exit strategy would have to be, hey, I would now have to hold on to this property for the next 10 years or 5 years and wait for the property to go up so I can sell it and then pull my cash out. That is most fix and flipper exit strategy. And it's scary. Especially for those that you see that they rehab and flip like $1 million home. I'm telling you, man, when the market changed, and it changed quick, back in 2008, all these house flipper got caught with their pants down, man. And I'm telling you, even those that have been in the game for 20, 30 years got wiped out and went bankrupt. Don't play the game. With wholesaling, our exit strategy is, if I, like to say I got 10 property in a contract, and I wake up the next day, and what happened with President Trump and it affect the economy, right? Mr. Trump affect the economy, and all of a sudden the real estate market dropped by 20, 30%. So I got the property under contract for $100,000, and all of a sudden I wake up and it's only worth, let's just say, $90,000. Well, guess what, my friend? I can now go back to the seller. I can call the seller back. I can renegotiate, which means I'll be like, hey, here's what's going on. So I can either get the seller to come down on the price and then get more time on the contract, or I can simply say, hey, ain't gonna work, cancel the contract. Worst case, the absolute worst case, I will lose my earnest money deposit, which is only $250. Worst case. So if I put up $250 on 10 different properties, how much is my loss? I would have potentially lose what, guys? 2,000 or so? Is that correct? $2,000 or $3,000 bucks. Worst case. But imagine if you fix and flip and you bought 10 property. You bought 10 property, my friend. In some states, that would have been millions of dollars. And the market shipped, and you couldn't fix it up quick enough. You couldn't sell it quick enough. I'm telling you, the only way you're going, my friend, bankrupt. And that's why I don't want to play the fix and flip game. It's extremely hard to scale because you need a lot of capital and you need a lot of manpower. Like you need a monster team. If you want to get to like 50, if you want to get to like 100,000 a month consistently on fix and flip, you need to have a massive team. You need to have at least like 2 construction crew, man. Right? So that's not the game I want to play. So focus on your active income. Keep your life simple. Park it. Buy some rental property and just let that thing appreciate. Look at that thing. It's like hedging against inflation. So instead of putting your money in the bank, but here's the thing. The more rental property you have, the more cash reserve you need to have. That's why most people don't understand, well, Kong, why would you leave your money in the bank when you know that, the bank doesn't pay you anything? No shit. Duh. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that, dude, if you leave your money in the bank, inflation will eat up your dollar. Like your $100 bill, your Benjamin worth $100 now, dude, a year from now, probably worth like $97 or $95. Like we all know that, dude. But the reason why you need cash, man, because cash always king, especially when it comes to recession. Cash will always be king. Cash will bail you out in any situation. You need cash, my friend. So the more rental you own, the more cash reserve you need to have. Dude, what happened if all of a sudden, like for example, like in California, obviously nobody, nobody expect that to happen. But you see, life is not always rainbows and stars. Business is not always rainbows and stars. People think that business always goes up like this. No, dude, there will be a year where you will take a hit. Let's just say you make $1 million this year. Doesn't mean that next year you'll make $1 million, man. Next year, dude, your business could go down to $500,000 or even $100,000 because things changes, dude. And when you take that big of a hit, how are you going to survive? Reserve. Let's just say all of a sudden one of your rental property, all of a sudden the renter trash it. Now you got to go in and you got to spend $30,000 to rehab the property again so you can rent it out again. Where are you going to get that, dude? If you spent all your money and invested in all these little things and you have no cash in the bank, where? Oh, you're going to go to the bank, you're going to borrow money? Now you're just getting debt on top of debt. So you need reserve, my friend. More property you own, the more reserve you need to have. You guys need to understand that, man. People that say cash is trash, dude. I mean, it makes sense. Cash is trash because of inflation and all that. You got to keep on investing it. But dude, you always need reserve, right? So you need to have this kind of bucket. You need to have a saving bucket which is money that you save. You need to have emergency bucket, which is your bank account. You need to have investing bucket, and you need to have another bucket, dude, where you're willing to take risk with this money. Right? So you separate your bank account, dude, but you always want to make sure, my friend, that you have that emergency fund in case anything happens. Because when shit goes wrong, dude, cash is king. The end. Period. Okay? Sound easy, but it's a fishing game. Wait till you get heavy fish. Dude, listen, man. Making a lot of money is never easy. If you want an easy life, dude, if you just want to be like, if you just want to be average, everything you have is average. Average love life, average family, average work, average money, average fine. Like, if you just want average, do what the 97 people, 90% do. And all you get, my friend, is average. You will never get to taste what it feels like to drive a Ferrari, to own a Ferrari. Not saying that you want to, but dude, you will never taste the feeling of victory. Sitting in business class, first on, first off, get served like VIP, stay at the best hotel, go on the most extravagant vacation, dropping 20, 30, 40,000 on a vacation, taking your whole entire family going, paying for their whole entire dinner, their whole entire trip. Retire your mommy, retire your daddy. You will never get to experience that. Okay, most people that stay average, one word, selfish. One word, my friend, selfish. They don't want to work harder because they don't want to fight for their families, for the people who they love and they care about. They obviously don't care. All they do is they care about themselves. All they think is, it's too hard, right? But they never thought about, well, you know what? I want to provide for my family. I just wrapped something. Like, dude, I want to provide for my family. I want to retire my parents. Or I want to buy my dad or my mom that dream car, that dream house. Do you see what I'm saying? Average people are freaking selfish. To not be selfish, you got to think about other people. Could you imagine seeing your mom or your dad work so extremely hard to give you the life, and all of a sudden one day you'll be like, I made it, go back and all of a sudden pay off their whole entire house. Now they got no mortgage. And let's just say that they make $5,000 a month. You'll be like, hey, dad or mom, guess what? Your house is paid off. You don't have to you don't have to work at the JO anymore. I'll pay you $5,000 a month. And you can either sit at home or you can come and just work for me. You don't think that your mom or your dad would rather work for you instead of for the company that they don't like with people that they don't like? Come on, man. You see what I'm saying, guys? So when you be less selfish and selfless, dude, that's when you turn into a beast. I don't know about you, man, but I want to be the man that my wife can depend on, my family can depend on, to give them and provide them the best life that they deserve. It's not even for you anymore now. And for those of you, let's just say that you're single. You'll be like, well, come, I'm single, man. I have nobody to fight for. Dude. But you know who you're fighting for now? You're fighting for you now. Dude, don't you want to become the most the best version of you? Like, don't you want to push the limit to see, man, what you're capable of? And if you're looking for that ideal woman, dude, I'm telling you, man, a woman also look for a man. A man, okay, not a boy. There's a difference. A boy's the one who works at a JO, come home and play video games all day, watch football on the weekend. Some of you, the whole Super Bowl is over now, but let's talk about this. Some of you, man, dude, you rather choose to watch football instead of watching your money. A lot of you spend so much time watching football that your bank account almost froze. That's something that I never understand. How can you are in a financial struggle and you're here spending 5, 6 the whole entire day watching football? What has that football done for your bank account? That's my question to you. What has it done? Well, Kong, I've been working really hard, man. I'm working really hard, man. So I deserve. No, you don't, dude. So I deserve a break. Dude, you don't get a break, dude, until you make it through the break. Get it? Dude, you don't get a break, dude, until you hit your goal. What was your goal, man? Yeah, football don't pay your bills. You know what pays your bills? Skills. You need to spend time focus on building your skill set, man. Skills is what pays the bills, not the football, man. Dude, a lot of you need to understand, dude, that you don't have time for all this bullshit. So many of you, dude, you got no money, but you focus on entertainment instead of education. There's only 29 of you on YouTube that's watching me, 180 of you on TikTok. And if our girls go on there and start dancing, they get millions of views. Entertainment instead of education. But this is the 1%. The other one, dude, is the 97%. Which one will you be? So remember, man, when you know someone is going to make it in life or not, the choice that they choose, man, they always will choose education over entertainment. Always. And they always choose priority over lecture or leisure, right? They choose to do what is necessary and what is required instead of going out there, drinking, partying, having fun. They will always get the shit that they need to do first done. That is their priority. So a lot of you need to get your priorities straight. You need to get your mindset right. And that's how you're going to get that money. Got it? Like, do you guys understand this? Like, this is like, so far, January has already been passed. I want to say this final thing about a lot of you. If you're in your 20s and you think, oh man, I'm in my 20s, I'm young, I got lots of time. I'm telling you right now, dude, you don't have a lot of time. And this is something that I disagree with Gary Vee. Gary Vee always talk about, oh man, you're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you have a lot of time. Dude, you don't have a lot of time. Let me explain. Your 20s is your prime time. That is the time that's the time where, now listen, you're not going to have life all figured out. You're not going to know exactly what you want in life. Okay? You're not. But your 20 is your prime time. And when you don't get your priority right in your 20s, dude, let me tell you this. You're going to mess up your 30s and possibly into your 40s. So let's just say you screw up your 20s because you all partying, clubbing, drinking, Most people think about, I'm going to go to college, that college life. I've never been to college. I'm a high school dropout. But I can almost guarantee that 80% of the people who go to college, party, drinks, get into drugs, most don't do shit. They took their 20s just to go and experience what it's like. And they become an alcoholic, a drug addict, or they get into a bad crowd, and then they ruin their 20s, wake up 30s, still broke, still living with mommy and daddy, leeching off of them, trying to figure out life. And then 30s, they might, get back on their feet. They got a J-O-B now. And then 40s is actually when they start, like, maybe building a business. Could you imagine 40s? And then they don't understand that. They think that, oh man, I can become a millionaire within a year starting at the bottom. No. There's a saying that it takes 10 years for an overnight success. So if you really start your life back in your 40s, dude, maybe by the time you're 50s, you actually have some money. But majority don't. Here's what 99% will happen if you mess up your 20s. Let me explain. And I've seen this over and over and over again in my life to know that this is a fact. So if you screw up your 20s, okay? If you mess up your 20s where you're like party, drinking, clubbing, hang out with the wrong crowd, you now have built a bad habit. You could be an alcoholic. You could be a drug addict. Now you're going to go into rehab. Your 30s, dude, is trying to get out of rehab. Your whole entire 30s, dude. You're stuck at a J.O. to B that you don't like. You're trying to get your life, like you're trying to get out of all these bad habits that you have built, but it won't happen. And then all of a sudden, 40s, dude, you wake up and most people hit midlife crisis. 40s, midlife crisis. The reason why people have midlife crisis, in my personal opinion, is because their reality, right, is because the expectation, right, has not hit their reality. All of a sudden, they wake up and they thought they're 40s. They have their life all together. They got the families, the finance, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, they're 40s, dude, still stuck. Still living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? It's not with the right girl, not with the wrong one, because they're in their 20s, dude. All they do is they're chasing the wrong shit. Because a real woman, they're not out there at the club, drinking, partying, at the bar every night. They're at home building their career. And they're seeking for a man, not a boy. And you're out there being a boy, dude. And by the time 40, dude, that's where people hit midlife crisis. And by the time you're 40, dude, and all of a sudden, dude, 50s. Most people, dude, when you're 50, dude, your energy becomes way less. Your desire, your ambitions become way less. Now you have more responsibility. At this time, you know, you got kids now, you're married, like you're starting taking on more debt, car payments, dude, all kinds of debt. And most people are stuck, dude, until they're 65 at the 401k, retire, hoping with the 401k and Social Security. So your 20s, dude, is very, very important, because if you build up a good habits in your 20s, listen, bad habits is easy to acquire. Easy. Everybody can go out there and party, and right? Everybody. Listen, everybody wants a good life. Dude, don't even try to fool me. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to have a beautiful wife, a big house, nice car. Everybody wants that. But no one willing to sacrifice and trade today for that life. Nobody. Only the 1%. And good habits is hard to build. But dude, I'm telling you, but once you build that good habits, life is going to be so easy. Let's just say in your 20s, you don't care about drinking, you don't care about partying, you don't care about that, and you just focus on building your business and your career. By the time you're 30s, dude, you will become a millionaire. Who here rather sacrifice their 20s and then wake up in their 30s and be financially free? Got no J.O. to B. And I know if you're in your 20s or you're 19, you're 18, 30 might sound old to you, but let me tell you something. And I used to think like that. But when you wake up and you're in your 30s, you will feel and look like you're in your 20s. Who think that's cool? And I can tell you right now, it's much, much better. You will look much cooler, and it will be much funner driving a Ferrari in your 30s and 40s versus in your 60 or 70. I can almost guarantee you that. It's much funner and much cooler to drive a Ferrari in your 30s and 40s than your 60 and 70. To be honest with you, like, I don't even know why someone would want a fancy car in their 70s or 80s, to be honest. Shit. By that time, you're probably looking more like vacation time, yeah? Spending time with families, loved ones, and travel. Okay? Like you guys don't understand, man, what it takes to actually become successful. It takes a long time. So I think the reason why most people fail in life, or let's just say they get into a business and they quit. This is the main reason why. I truly believe this. It's because people underestimate the amount of work and the amount of time that it will take. And that's why they quit. Because once you get into something and you realize and understand that's going to take a long time, that it's going to take work, you got to commit. Let's just say that you trying to lose weight and you're trying to get in shape. and you know that, hey, you know what? I got to be prepared. I got to put at least 1 to 3 years to actually see the results. When you go into with a mindset like that, I can almost guarantee you, dude, that you will get the body, the physique that you want. But most people don't think like that. Just like business. Most people get into wholesaling. They want to make a quick buck within the next 30 days. And if it doesn't happen in 30 days or 60 days, they say this is a scam and it doesn't work. And then they quit because they underestimate the amount of time and the amount of work. Period. So if you can set yourself up and giving yourself that time and knowing that it will require a lot of work, dude, and you are prepared because this is what you want. But I can almost guarantee you, dude, you will become a winner. Like getting that first deal done will happen. And you will make $25,000 a month if you are prepared for the war. Most people are not. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year because they see all these people on social media. Oh, I made $1 million in 1 year with $1. Come on, man. Shit, bro. Right? And that's what they want. So that's the picture that they paint. Oh, all this is going to happen within 1 year. And all of a sudden, 6 months in, they just start to now learning the process, knowing everything. And they'll be like, this is too much, man. I'm so far away from that. And then they quit like a little bitch. So they go back to the J or the B. They go back, they retreat. They go back to what they know and what they usually do, which is the 9 to 5, go home, watch TV, and say, maybe this is not for me. No, dude, it's because you haven't pushed hard enough and you haven't commit long enough. Okay? I want you guys all to understand that. Like everybody here can become successful. Everybody can make a boatload of money and live the life that they dream of. But are you willing to sacrifice today for your future tomorrow? That's it. Okay, Life with Rana said, Kong, what's up? Tuning in. I want on this free unlimited skip training. How? Okay, so all you need to do, I think there are still some spot left. Go to kingdata.ai. Go to kingdata.ai. And then when you go and check out, and if there's no red banners that pops up that said sold out or seats already been taken, it means that you still make it. So lock in, and that free skip tracing should be activated right away in your dashboard. You don't have to wait anymore. They said it's good now. Okay, so good luck. Hopefully you make it in one of the few. Now, I know for some of you be like, hey, Kong, well, how can I work with you and your team? I try this alone. I try to do it alone, and it's just really, really hard. I need more of a hands-on coaching or mentorship to guide me through my journey and help me close that first deal or the second deals or the third deals. We just have a student that just closed his first deal after, I think, like 60 days in the academy. He's going to make about $11,000. The guy's so excited. We're scheduling to get him on a YouTube interview. But if for those of you be like, hey, you know this is what you want to work with me and my team, go to coachwithkong.com, fill out the application. And once again, I only want to work with doers, not loser. I want to work with doer, okay? People who is ready to put in the work and who's ready to commit and spend this 2025 with me, this year with me, to crush it, to change their life, and most importantly, add a few zero to their bank account. Okay. Rana said, is this same as prop streams? Well, I can only tell you that King Data is the one that we're currently using, and it's the one that we love. Been using it for, I think, since like last year. Has helped us close more deals than ever. I don't want to trash talk about any other one. Okay. But you choose, Rana, which one you want. I can only share with you which one I'm currently using, and I can tell you I've used them all. But this is the one that's the most friendly user, the most like easier to use. And it's what's the word? What's the word? And it's the most accurate. And if your skip tracing is being paid by me, I truly believe it's a no-brainer. Calling out the data software, but I can't skip trace, only direct mail. You should be able to skip trace. Okay? You should be able to skip trace. I got the data software, but I can't skip trace, only direct mail. You can. I think you just don't know how. Let me share my screen with you again, and let me show you, man. Okay? All you need to do is go right here. You see this? Called lead trace. Lead. It doesn't say skip trace. Click on here, man, and then that's where you go through. But once again, if you already sign up, then obviously you grandfather in, and it won't cost you 10 cents anymore, but it's free. Okay? So go to lead trace. Okay? And then you can skip trace. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. And once again, I wish you guys nothing but the best. I want to see all of you win and succeed, and we all can make a boatload of money together. Now, for those of you who be like, hey, Colin, I got a deal on the contract, but I need help finding a buyer. I'll try to help you as much as I can. Email the deal, the information over to jbdeals@wtmfam.com. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, take care, and let's go get this money.